Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. In tonight's video we have some very awesome stuff we're going to talk about in terms of the Battle Royale coming to Modern Warfare and the actual map we're going to be getting for Battle Royale, how that coincides with multiplayer, and basically talking about some other stuff that was found in the files, new updates on what we can expect of a Battle Royale map coming to this game and a Battle Royale mode coming to this game. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, that would be absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and go for 702 likes. That would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. We're up over 970k subscribers on that road to 1 million. So I really do appreciate everyone new hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button. Thank you to everyone doing that. And let's go ahead and talk about this. So if you guys didn't know, there have been a ton of leaks and stuff coming out in terms of a Battle Royale coming into Modern Warfare, probably sometime within either late 2019, but that's more unlikely. I would say probably early 2020, similar to how Blackout was the Treyarch version, where all those maps were based off of Treyarch stuff, you know, Treyarch weapons, different maps that we had in there, in terms of, you had firing range, you had your array, you had your turbine, you had a bunch of stuff. You could see how Blackout coincided with the multiplayer. It looks like what we're going to be getting in this year's Call of Duty game added in is some sort of a Battle Royale that's basically like that, but in the version of Infinity Ward, where instead of getting all the classic Black Ops series weapons or maps or different things like that, it's going to be all based around Modern Warfare, which is going to be absolutely awesome. Now, before I get into this stuff, I want to say all of this is just leaks as of right now. There's nothing officially confirmed by Activision or Infinity Ward, but if there is a bunch of game files and maps in the files and different things in the files that are showing Battle Royale, they're not just there. It's not just a coincidence that they're there, unless they decide to just completely, got halfway through Battle Royale and they decided it wasn't worth the investment and scrapped it. That is highly unlikely. We're going to be getting a Battle Royale into this game, most likely 95% or higher probably coming to this game, and it's just going to depend on what is actually going to happen. So we have a bunch of leaks of different points of interest or maps. However, that stuff could still all change because I believe they're probably still in the late development stages of this, and of course they have a roadmap to this game where a lot of people could say, and I would say this too, that Modern Warfare came out and it feels like, not that it's incomplete, but it feels like it's an extended version of the beta a little bit, especially with like the quick play, with the low amount of maps and low amount of game modes and all that. And their plan this year is to basically continuously update this game. I guess you could say something like Fortnite did with seasons or whatever their system's going to be, to get people constantly logging on every month or every 2 months or whenever they update it, and just having it be like a completely new game, which it is a very interesting idea and honestly a pretty ballsy idea from a game that charges $60 up front. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, but I just want to say all this stuff is leaks, all this stuff can change, and Infinity Ward literally changes their mind all the time. They scrap things, they change ideas. I mean, this game was supposed to have supply drops. There's supply drop pictures, there's supply drop keys, all that stuff is literally in the files, actual images, and they decide to switch that up at the last moment and go to a different plan. So of course anything is subject to change, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, basically, the Battle Royale and the Spec Ops maps are coincided in this game, where they're basically built around the same thing, and then on those maps you have different locations that might be from previous Modern Warfare games. So this was leaked by the Gaming Revolution, who this guy is the most credible leaker we have on Modern Warfare so far. He has predicted Black Ops 3 Zombies map packs correctly, IW Zombies map packs correctly, a bunch of stuff to do with this game, Modern Warfare, way back in early 2019. He already knew the kill streaks and all that sort of stuff. And what he has here is basically, he's been talking about how the Battle Royale map coincides with the Spec Ops map. Now, as of right now, of course, the Spec Ops, the version that we have right now is like one mission or whatever. It's nothing compared to what it should be, which he says is around 20 missions. Of course, they're going to hopefully open up that Spec Ops map more and more and more, unless they're having server issues. So that's going to be something that's going to be updated as well, not just the multiplayer stuff, but Spec Ops and Battle Royale, the whole idea is that it's built off of the same sort of world, I guess you could say. And here is an image right here. This is the image that was essentially leaked in terms of the Battle Royale and the Spec Ops, and the map that was sort of drawn out, and this was put out months ago, that coincided with that. Now, obviously, when you see this thing months ago, it's like, okay, this could be legitimate. Or it could just be some kid had too much time on his hands in his 5th grade English class and he decided to draw up. This looks like what I would literally draw as a Battle Royale map. But that is because, of course, we don't have actual images and stuff. All we have is things built off of the files. And in today's update that we had into the game, 38 different codes for maps were added into the game files. And I made a video earlier talking about that. These were leaked by Senescalo, who is another leaker, a known leaker on Reddit. And he put out this list of things saying that these are going to be multiplayer maps for 6v6 and 10v10. I will show that list up on the screen right now. I made a video talking about this earlier and talking about how I think, a lot of these names would be really cool and would be awesome to see a multiplayer, but how we don't really know what officially is going to happen because it's just names in a file. A name in a file could be like, they could just change the name. It doesn't mean anything. They could just scrap the name. These could be working titles. We really don't know. But now looking at this list and analyzing a little bit more, even though this original leaker Senescalo says that these are 6v6 or 10v10 maps, we actually had Gaming Revolution, who is probably, I would say, a leaker with a longer track record or a more correct track record, or he's just been around longer, been predicting stuff for a very, very long time and knowing stuff. He says that basically a lot of these things in the files are for Battle Royale points of location, and of course a lot of these on this list are going to come out into multiplayer because that's the whole idea. It's built around the same world, but a lot of these might just be points of interest that don't come into multiplayer. And that's when I started analyzing this list, and what I did was I compared that original sort of little kid drawing that you could say could be fake, could be real, to these actual in-game files that we had in today's leak. And the one thing that I noticed, first of all, by going through of it, you notice different things that are actually on the map, such as the TV station. You can see right there in the middle of the drawing, that is in the coding, MP_TV station. You have a wood area on the right side of the map. There is a coding for MP_lumber. You have a jail on the the drawing that we have of this leaked map, and then of course there's Gulag, which is the jail from previous, I think it was Modern Warfare 2 missions, and it's also a gunfight map in this game. You also have a port, which makes sense as well. You have the prison. You have, well, I guess the prison could be separate from the Gulag. Maybe there's 2 different prisons. I really don't know on that, or it could be something to do with Prison Break from COD Ghost. You have Shipment. You have other things that are seen available on this map, such as Shipment is going to be called Cargo. I believe that's what it's going to be. I don't know. Cargo could be something else. The soccer would be probably the stadiums. You can see at the top we have an airport on the top left area, and that is interesting as well because there is one in the map files called MP_layover, which this is rumored to possibly be terminal, right? It makes sense if terminal, layover, layover has something to do with a plane, right? And that would be interesting. So it looks like something like some sort of airport is going to be in the Battle Royale, and most likely they're going to pull out the most known maps into the multiplayer. So you can see how this map that sort of looked like a joke now is coinciding a lot with what we have on the these leaked files. There's transit in the leaked files, and there's a beat bus on the map that coincides a little bit as well. There's of course Krovnik farmland. There's two farms we've seen on this map, and two farms in the actual game files, I believe. One is going to be coming as a ground war map. Yes, you can see a lot of the things that coincide with this map right here are matching up with these leaked files, and that is definitely super duper interesting to me off the start. Now, a lot of these in this files are actually going to be coming to 6v6 and 10v10, but of course not all of them. We're not going to get all 20 or 30 of these maps coming. So when I look at this list a little more analyzational, like I just analyzed it for the Battle Royale, it looks like probably most of these things are going to be Battle Royale locations. Obviously, they're still in development, so some of them are going to be scrapped, some of them might not be scrapped, and then some of these are probably most definitely going to be multiplayer maps. We have Crash from Call of Duty 4. We have other ones like Shipment, which is already in the files as a day and a night map. So that means it's most likely coming into multiplayer because it wouldn't make sense they have one location in a Battle Royale. It's night and day when everything else is the same. There is Slums, which people are rumoring that Slums could be Favela. That's just a rumor going around as of right now. There is Stadium. There is a bunch of stuff in here. TV Station as well, which probably will be broadcast from Call of Duty 4 or based off of that. A lot of these things will be coming into the multiplayer, but a lot of these files are based around this Battle Royale, and that's how this whole game world is going to coincide coincide, and they're sort of building up a world where Spec Ops, multiplayer Battle Royale, and multiplayer 6v6, 10v10, and Ground War are all going to sort of coincide, and it is super duper interesting. Now, as far as other things that we have here, you can see this is an actual in-game, there's more stuff to back this up, and this is an actual in-game footage that we've seen of the farms map layout, which this is rumored to be coming to Ground War, but it definitely is in Battle Royale. And you can see here on the overview of the farms picture, on these arrows pointing, you can see the stadium, and you can also see the city area, which the city area might be based around that Ground War map that we already have. I'm not sure. That's what I'm hearing people saying. And then when you compare that once again to the drawing, look, it coincides exactly with it. And once again, this drawing came out months ago from this leaker gaming revolution. Other things that we have is he made a tweet here saying, honestly, why don't Infinity Ward just announce Battle Royale already? We all know it's 100% coming. The Spec Ops Battle Royale map is the same one that I leaked, unless they're just waiting until they get a definitive release date. And here he has another one where he compares sort of this image from the in-game Spec Ops to that drawing once again. There's a bunch of more things that we have basically showing this. There's even footage of, of course, because the Spec Ops is in the game now and it's not completely filled out, or you can't explore the entire map. You can only explore a very, very small portion of it. But because that world is going to be built out, you can see on like an overview right here, if you're looking down straight ahead with the plane, right there is Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2, right? And that's going to be on the Battle Royale map, most likely coming back into multiplayer as well, because if you put Scrapyard in Battle Royale but don't bring it to multiplayer, we're gonna be up in arms, honestly. So that's pretty interesting right there. And then you also see to the right of that, Gaming Revolution is saying that could be Boneyard, the Spec Ops mission from was it Spec Ops or campaign back from Modern Warfare 2. I'll show an image of it just to sort of refresh your mind if you remember this. So that could be another thing that's coming into the Battle Royale. There's a lot of interesting things. Another thing that he did is he zoomed in and analyzed, looking at the Spec Ops map right now, at what possibly Shipment is going to be. Now, Shipment could be called Cargo. I think it's going to be called Cargo and Gunfight, probably Shipment and 6v6. I mean, who knows? They can change the names. All that matters is we're probably getting Shipment. And you can see right here when he blows up this image and you can really look at it, that is Shipment. That is Shipment from Call of Duty 4. It looks like it has a little bit of outskirts area around it with walls, which means that it could be changed. I remember we had a map in Call of Duty Ghost. I'm literally blanking on the name right now. I know like 100 people are going to let me know in the comment section down below. You definitely should. How come I can't think of that name? But in Call of Duty Ghosts, they remade Shipment and added some little extra areas to it as a DLC map. So we're going to get Shipment into this game. Who knows how it's going to end up looking or how it's going to be made, but you can see definitely there, zooming in, very, very interesting stuff. So all of these leaks, here's another image you can see from just people glitching under the Spec Ops maps, looking up, straight up at Scrapyard, which Scrapyard looks honestly awesome, and I'd love to see that. Of course, we don't have, we're just getting bits and pieces of this being leaked. We don't actually have footage of the entire map right now, but it's looking like all these signs are pointing towards a Battle Royale coming, coinciding with the Spec Ops, and then them pulling these multiplayer maps out of the Battle Royale, as well as adding other ones in, which if that is the case, I'm really hoping Layover is Terminal, and that becomes a multiplayer map. I'm hoping that other things that we get, Crash is a multiplayer map from Call of Duty 4. I'd love to see that one return into this game. I would love to see Terminal obviously be Layover. That would be absolutely amazing. If Slums was Favela, that would be awesome as well. But who really knows? It's a lot of it is speculation right now. A lot of maps we actually already do have official leaks, like Rust. We already have an official image of that, so that is 99% coming back. I talked about all that I've already made like 2 videos talking about all these leaked maps because there's so much damn info when it comes down to this stuff. But this video we're focusing on the Battle Royale and talking about that. So yeah, once again, going back to that list, a lot of this stuff will be in multiplayer, and I'm very excited to see a lot of it in multiplayer, but some of them might just be locations in the Battle Royale, and then they'll probably wait and see, hey, is this worth pulling into making it a gunfight map, or making it a 6v6 or 10v10, or even Ground War 32v32 map, or, this game is actually built to where it should be able to handle 50v50 also, which is going to be very, very interesting. That's what we have as far as these Battle Royale leaks and how they're coinciding. Another thing here we had in the update today is that mining guy went into the files of the PC, because the PC update was 7.5 1.5 gigabytes. Went to the files, and you can see the files right here to do with Battle Royale as well. So it's not just images and all that stuff. There's actual technical files in the game, and you can see some of these files. What looks interesting, a lot of this stuff is very, very simple, but what looks interesting to me is right there near the bottom, loadout bag, because that's important. How are they going to do the loadouts in this game? Loadout bag? I don't know. That kind of I guess it's, I don't know. What can you dive into just out of that one sort of sentence? I think that maybe means it'll be similar to maybe how Blackout did it. I mean, that would make sense. Another thing is vehicle wheel. So obviously there's going to be vehicles on this map. I mean, I think we could all predict that if there's vehicles in Ground War, if they do a Battle Royale, of course there's going to be vehicles. You can also see that there's the sea height. There is just a bunch of different things in here. Mini map radius, friendly map circle. Yeah, a lot of stuff in these game files. And of course, I think we're going to continue to get more and more stuff coming out in terms of what new maps we're going to get into the multiplayer, in terms of 6v6 and 10v10, and the multiplayer in terms of either Spec Ops or Battle Royale. Definitely a lot of interesting stuff, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I know a lot of people, like, you know, everyone is at different levels of, some people know everything about the Battle Royale coming out. Some people don't even know that the Battle Royale is most likely on the way. So just talking about this and covering all of it is definitely very, very interesting. And seeing that little drawing of a map looks to be coinciding, and the more info that comes out is sort of backing that up as being more legitimate, is interesting. And I can't wait to see this. I hope this does come out I mean, it's not going to come out very soon. I hope this releases sometime like maybe late 2019, early 2020. And once we do get this Battle Royale, I really hope that they start actively pulling these maps out, because obviously they already have certain ones ready to go. I mean, the Scrapyard is just pretty much identical to how it was in Modern Warfare 2, at least from what we can see. They could pull that one out and put it straight into 10v10 or 6v6, and honestly, we kind of need this because a lot of the maps of this game for multiplayer are kind of whack, but a lot of the maps on this Battle Royale, as well as because most of them are based off of previous Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare series, are pretty amazing. And of course, you know, it is, do we really want to play the same maps every year in a row? Not really, but hey, compared to some of the maps we have, I would love to get Terminal, Crash, Rust, Shipment, Scrapyard. I would love that stuff in the multiplayer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Once again, this is all leak stuff, subject to change. I'm getting all my information from these leakers. I am, you know, doing as much research as I can, backing this up, trying to understand, you know, if these leakers are credible, giving you guys info that only I believe is going to be coming true, and just giving you guys my honest thoughts, because of course any of this stuff could change. They could tomorrow switch from Battle Royale and decide to go with a ballerina dancing game. If that would make them more money, they probably would do it. So we can never know, and we'll have to wait and see. Once again, they scrapped the supply drop system. I think there was even like a zombies thing that, like, early in the files they were working on, like the follow-up to Infinite Warfare Zombies. They completely scrapped that. Obviously, probably when they saw the popularity of Battle Royale games, they decided to go that direction, which is obviously, in my opinion, probably a lot smarter as of right now. And yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. A lot of stuff that I wanted to cover in this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy me talking about the Battle Royale. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.